Hi guys, today it's the Rock River Arms 204 Ruger. I have not fired this firearm yet. I'll tell you a little bit about the firearm, a little bit about the ammo, and then we're going to take it to the range. So I'll try to make it short and sweet. This is a Rock River Arms 204 Ruger upper with a 24-inch stainless bull barrel. And that's a 1 in 12 twist on the barrel, by the way. It's got a forward sight gas block, front sight gas block, a 9-inch bipod, which I believe is a Harris, a Hogue free float hand guard, got a Rock River Arms cantilever scope mount, and a Leupold Mark AR 4-12, I believe by 40 scope. It's got the bullet drop compensators for the 5.56 55 grain ammo. We're going to ignore those, and the Butler Creek scope caps. You've probably seen that from one of my other videos. And by the way, I do plan at some stage to put this Leupold VX3 8.5 to 25 by 50. That one's got the side focus on it. I'll put that on the firearm at some stage in the future. The lower is a Rock River Arms lower. It's basically tricked out the same as they were tricking out the lowers on the Operator series, at least when they had them on sale. There's one minor difference here. That is that, well, first of all, I'll go through the components. It's got the Rock River Arms two-stage national match trigger. This trigger group is actually chromed. Seems a bit smoother than my other national match two-stage Rock River Arms triggers, so I'm quite looking forward to shooting that. The handguard is an Ergo Sure Grip, and it's got the Rock River Arms 6-position operator stock. That one actually appears on my video about my Rock River Arms Tactical Operator 2. This firearm was supposed to, or this upper was supposed to come with a stainless bolt carrier group, but at some stage Rock River Arms did notify customers that they were no longer available and not to expect them. So when mine arrived, I did not expect it. And just one quick note about Rock River Arms. I'm quite a fan of their firearms. They're pretty high quality firearms as ARs go, and the upper and lower receiver fit seems to be quite tight among all of them. Fit, finish, quality, it's all good. The upper did arrive to me actually 11 months after I originally ordered it, and it was a bit frustrating. The upper, when it did arrive, had a looseness in the handguard. Basically, the handguard was able to rotate. I'm not an AR mechanic. I'm just a guy who's nutty about guns, and I couldn't easily figure out how to get it snugged up. And frankly, after 11 months waiting for the thing, I was quite tempted to send it back to him and ask him for a refund. But Rock River, I got to hand it to them. They very promptly turned this thing around. In fact, they returned it to me the day after they received it. So 1-day turnaround. Thanks for that, Rock River Arms. Anyway, the target I'll be using today is your basic 100-yard precision rifle target. I'll try to get it out there to the 200-yard mark. I got to slog through some snow and slush to get out there today. It's a snowy, crappy day, a bit overcast and cloudy, misty. No wind, that's a good thing. And I may actually put the chrono on these bullets just to see if they live up to expectations. Anyway, I got two types of bullets on the left. It's 204 Ruger Hornady 40 grain V-Max on the right hand side. It's 204 Ruger Hornady 32 grain V-Max. Supposedly with this 1 in 12 twist, the lighter bullet is supposed to be more accurate. I'm going to find out today. The data on these two bullets is that the 40 grainers there on the left have a ballistic coefficient of 0.275 and muzzle velocity 3,482 feet per second. If you zero those bullets, those 40 grainers at 200 yards, they'll drop 4.3 inches at the 300-yard line. On the right hand side, the 32 grainers have a ballistic coefficient of 0.210, 4,225 feet per second, 4225, and with a 200-yard zero, they'll drop 4.1 inches. So I've been looking forward to shooting this firearm for a long time, and as I say, I may even employ the chrono just to check out the speed on these bullets. And let's see how good the gun is and how good I am. We'll see you at the range. Well, here we are at the range. My gear is all set up on the 50-yard berm, which I'm standing at now. So, got the firearm, spotting scope, my gear bag, all that stuff out there. Truck's over there. It's about 33 degrees out here. Beautiful day. It started out quite foggy and misty, but anyway, let's get to the target. So, what I'm shooting here are the 40 grainers. These first 5 shots were just to dial the scope in. So, again, 50 yards. That's pretty much a crap group, I think, by any standard. Brought my calipers, but it's kind of stupid to even measure, because center to center here looks like about got a nice, well, that's millimeters. Hang on a second here. We'll go to inches since we're in America. So center to center on the farthest set there is that's 1.19, so that's crap. But I'm saying not the gun's fault, because I've also got this flyer over here. That was actually the first round fired. So I guess I was so excited about shooting the gun that you know, I did that. Stupid. Anyway, I gave the scope a bit of adjustment and figured I'd go after one of the little guys up here. Again, the 40 grain Hornadys, and it looks like I don't know what the farthest spread is here. Actually, that guy there is two bullets in one, so that's a .67 group. That's I'm going to call that 7.2. You know, that's still not even a minute of angle, right? Isn't that it's about a minute and a half of angle, 3/4 of an inch at 50 yards. So I'm going to take a couple more shots, maybe at that guy over there. Try to settle down a little bit. I haven't had any coffee, so I ought to be, you know, not so shaky. But let's see what happens. So this is it. This one here is actually a 5-shot group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So happy to hit the same hole twice, actually, almost right on the bull on that one. But let's see how it goes. I'll shoot a few more rounds and we'll come back to the target. So yeah, back to the bench. All right, still 50 yards. I changed up ammo now. These are the 38 grain Hornady V-Max. That's, again, it's 5 shots, but if you include all the shots, it's still about a 3/4 inch group. Again, that's my crappy shooting. But if you just look at the other 4 and call that other one a flyer for crappy shooting, got about a 1/4 inch. See if I can get that in there. About a 1/4 inch center to center on that group. So we'll take them out to 100 yards. I'm going to chrono the bullets as well and see how it goes from there. Back to the bench. Well, I've moved down a few benches here at the club. I was at the 50-yard line. You guys saw those results. Now I'm at 100 yards, and that'll be my target there in the corner. And then once I'm finished up there, I'll show you the results, and then we'll go down to the 200-yard line, which is down. That'll be the 200-yard berm there. And what I'll do is I'll move down a couple of benches here. But at any rate, I have fired, let's see, I think I fired 15 rounds to start, and then I did fire another 8 to run the bullets through the chrono, and I'll give you the results of the chronograph after I'm finished. But now I'm going to run a bit of run a couple of patches of Butch's Borshine through here to kind of clean out the fouling in the barrel from, let's see, those 30 or so rounds, and then get back to shooting. I'll probably clean the barrel again prior to shooting the 200 round. I'm sorry, the 200 yard range. So in any case, yeah, I'm using the Otis gun cleaning system from Brownells. It's a nice midway bag there. Too bad these guys don't give me a kickback. It's a Winchester spotting scope. It got damaged when somebody's spent casing hit it here a few months ago, but it does still work. It's just cracked. And I'm racking up a bit of quite a few casings. Alright, so I'll get back to it here, and let's see some more results here in a few minutes. Alright, I've run a couple of patches of Butch's Borshine through the bore, and then ran a couple of dry patches through. Look, I'm not very scientific about this stuff, and you know, people have all sorts of theories about how to accurize your barrel by cleaning it and defouling it. Look, I'm a shooter. I'll never be a top shooter. I hope to be a decent shooter, but I don't spend a lot of time trying to fiddle with the black magic of barrel cleaning. Basically, I figure if the barrel is kept reasonably clean, the rest is up to you. So I'm going to fire 5 shots of 32 grain, lower left part of the target. We'll see the results in a bit. Then I'm going to just reload and fire 5 shots of the 40 grain, lower right of the target, and we'll look at the results. Well, that's actually pretty interesting. Um, you'll note that I probably rushed those 40 grain shots, that second set, a little bit, and then I slowed down the last one because I was seeing quite a dispersion of the rounds. So let's run down, have a look. The 32 grains did provide a better grouping than the 40 grain ones did. I suppose you could have a think about barrel temperature and the speed of those subsequent shots, but I think you'll see that there's quite a spread between those 40 round holes. So I'll turn off the camera, we'll take a walk and start it back up down there. Alright, well, we're back at the target. So you'll recall that the first group of 5 were here, second group were these 5, those were both 40 grain. Then the third group, and again these were all at 50 yards, were the 32 grain. Now check this out. So I'm going to back away from the target so you can see the whole thing. That's my group of 5 shots at 100 yards. Those are the 32 grain. And basically we've got about excluding this flyer here, this is basically a ½ inch group. Once you include the flyer, it's out to about 0.84 of an inch. So less than minute of angle, something more than 3/4 minute of angle. But check this out. Those 40 grain shots, the first couple went way up here, and my point of aim, of course, was here. Again, it was zeroed basically at 50 yards. So naturally, these are going to be a bit higher, but I did not have an expectation that they would be 1, 2, 3, 4 inches higher. And then now sort of the average are about an inch high, which I would have expected. But I think on this first one I was probably holding the gun a bit light, so lightly. That may account for that. But the spread here, goodness, it's probably, well, I have to re-zero the caliper here. Sorry for that. Amateur video. Well, in any case, we can actually look at it. It's probably, the spread's got to be 3 inches anyhow. I keep hitting the 0 button, I think. But, okay, I got something here. See, that's, that's 3.5 inches. So I think we're going to have to, I think what I'll do on the next ones is I'll shoot the 40 rounder, the 40 grains first. I'm going out to 200 yards next. I'll shoot the 40 grains. I'll make sure to take my time. This is horrible. I mean, I could have probably closed my eyes and done better than that. That one, not too unhappy with it. But we'll see if it's the bullets, if it's me. I am getting quite cold. I've been out here for a couple of hours and it's just a bit above freezing, and the wind has picked up just a little bit as well. But the wind is not to blame for that. So let's push it out to 200 yards and see what happens. Alright, well, we're back at the target. First of all, my point of aim on this target was right there, center of the target, of course. And I did fire 5 rounds at it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got no idea where the 5th one is. Possibly up here. That looks like a 20 caliber hole, maybe. In any case, the spread here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 inches. That's 200 yards. Check this out. Now those are the 5 32 grain shots, which I fired after. And bear in mind, the 40 grain shots were shot from a clean, cold barrel, just as the previous one, the 32 grains were. So cold, clean barrel, you know, I mean, even accepting that you had a first fouling shot or something, if you buy into all that mumbo jumbo, you would think that these would be the better group. But at 200 yards, it looks like the farthest spread there is about 1.35 inches. So that's about, well, it's less than 3/4 minute of angle, right? 1.5 would be 3/4 minute of angle, so it's just over half minute of angle. I guess if you compare that to the size of my watch, for instance, I reckon I could hit a prairie dog at 200 yards with those, but I could hit him in the head. With those 40 grainers? Wow, not so much. A bit more on the muzzle velocity I measured with the chrono later, but I don't know about you guys, but I am just shocked by the difference. Well, I'm back at home, nice and warm finally. I guess the conclusion I reached was that that for this 1 in 12 twist rifle, 40 grain bullets are really not appropriate, and there's a massive difference in accuracy between the 32 and the 40 grain bullets. Remember that this group here was how we started out at 50 yards with a 40 grain bullet, and then we shot the 40 grain bullet with that grouping at 50 yards, and then moved on to the 32 grain bullet at 50 yards, which tightened it up. And then down in the lower corner here, 100 yards, 32 grain bullet. Quite a nice group. I mean, that's a nickel there, so you can see how that is, 100 yards. And then, of course, we had that just huge area that's circled with the 40 grainers at 100 yards. And once again, just by way of review, out to 200 yards, I first shot this just dreadful group with 40 grainers. Only 4 of those shots even landed on the paper. And then again, 200 yards, I shot the 32 grain bullets. That's 200 yards. Quite a big difference. I wanted to mention that I did chrono several of the both types of bullets. I actually ran 4 of each type through the chrono. 2 of them, 1 of each weight, did not register properly on the chrono, but I did get 3 good readings for each of the bullets. Remember that the 40 grain bullet is supposed to have a muzzle velocity of, forgive the abrupt edit here, the 40 grain bullets actually have an advertised muzzle velocity of 3,900 feet per second. I believe I misspoke earlier in the video. 3,900 feet per second for the 40 grain bullets. They clocked at 3668, 3647, and 3684, basically 200 to 250 feet per second slower than advertised. Whereas the 32 grain bullets are advertised at 4225 feet per second, and we ended up with speeds of 3873, 3732, and 3855. Actually, 3855 is the middle one, and that's almost 400 feet per second slower than advertised. And I'm sure that the ballistics experts who watch videos like this will have a theory about that. I suspect it has to do with the cold temperature, denser air, and if it were a hotter day, those bullets probably would clock out at closer to the advertised value. So that's it. It was a pretty educational day for me. Hope it's educational for you as well. Thanks for watching.